What's going on, YouTube? Let's go into an easy topic that everybody has to go into if you start homebrewing beer. Is it worth it? And to be honest, I don't really brew anymore. I could, and I have all the equipment. I kind of have all the ingredients. So what's stopping me? The fact that I don't really drink anymore, probably. The fact that I don't hang around a whole bunch of drunk people, I guess, anymore. I don't know. I've talked to other people because it is kind of like a serious hobby. You start getting really far into homebrewing the beer because of how fun it is. You could start making the beer better and better, and people like it, and you can decide on different ingredients from around the world that are beneficial to your beer, and you can make it more dry or more body. You can make the alcohol less harsh on your body, and then you could serve it to people, and then they could just get really drunk and not even get hungover, and it's kind of fun. I guess it's just destructive. It brings out the nature of alcohol in general. Usually people don't really appreciate the booze that good, they just drink it, and then they drink your whole keg that you worked on for like a month. And it's not that big a deal, it'd be good if you scaled up, That's the thing, like once you start going at 10 gallons, why not go up to 30 gallons? That's what it seemed like. If I was going to brew another batch, why wouldn't I scale it up to another 20 more gallons? And then you're like, why did I even need that much more beer? Is that going to just attract more drunk people to me? And it really is, it turns into a cycle of making no sense and wasting a lot of time. There's other things you could kind of do with your time. But it's a good hobby if you want to get into something for the hobby. I was going to make some money off it, and I've sold a few batches of beer, but within the time it takes to brew a batch and sell it, it's not worth it. It's worth about $35 to make 10 gallons of beer, and then it takes about a month of just kind of nurturing it and to get all your temperatures correct, which is what makes your beer taste good, keeping the temperatures low when you very first start brewing the beer, fermenting the beer. That's the trick, and you have to basically nurture your beer. You have to put ice on it to keep it around 65 degrees, or if you're in too cold of an area, you have to warm up your beer. And it ends up being a game of thermodynamics all over the place. And it takes a long time, and you should appreciate the beers that you do get to drink because they're very difficult to make. And on the other hand, you can still make things like mead or pear cider. Me and my electrical engineer were trying to decide upon some thing to make because, it's too hard to suck the good stuff out of the grains and make beer, so you can just get a fermentable sugar, such as he was suggesting a pear cider, and he also suggested meads, which are just honey and water mixed together, which are really good. Sparkling meads are good, especially if you have forced carbonation. You can make those pretty easily. So I'm going to go into making some of those for you guys instead of making beer, even though I make really good beer, mostly Belgian yeast mixed with American yeast.